what's up, everybody? I am Richard,
And I'm Sean.
and we are speaking the language of bromance. I am slowly working, doing everything in song. That's going to be my goal. Eventually, we're going to have a musical episode.
Are we gonna have like our own songs and everything, or are we just gonna sing while we're talking?
No, we just sing while we talk, or I don't know, or maybe I don't know.
I was gonna say, we probably have to sing while we talk, but then I think we have to break out into like some kind of musical number at some point.
We could do a vidcast, and then we'll dance. We could do it on video, and then we'll dance horribly.
If that's not YouTube
Absolute
gold, I don't know what is.
right.
Show up in like some Magic Mike outfit, and it's like, yeah, I know. Go away. We're done
Knock
with
it
this.
off. Everything's better with a musical.
I'd go with that. I mean, there's, we talked about the Buffy episode last
the Buffy
time.
musical was stellar.
Rocky Horror Picture
Rocky
Show.
Horror Picture Show. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm divulging a secret here. I like Newsies.
I've never seen Newsies.
Newsies was pretty good. DiCaprio was in Newsies.
Really?
Yeah, that was like one of his first movies. He looked like he was 12.
Was he 12?
Maybe, I don't know. He seems like such a boss now. Like he does all these badass movies. Wolf on Wall Street. Awesome.
Well, he did. Yeah, he hasn't won a big award yet, though. I know the big thing they always talk about with him.
Which is surprising because, like, I mean, Titanic. I was blah on Titanic, but I mean, fucking, it was the highest grossing movie ever for a while, like years.
Well, it was Avatar was the one that beat it.
Yeah.
And did Avengers end up taking number one solely?
Can't confirm it, but I've heard that that Avengers finally took the number one spot.
I know they always do weird things with that. Like it's like, well, if you convert money, it's this one, but then they say like, well,
they say if you convert money,
now.
it's Gone with the Wind.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, he was in Titanic, but then I mean, like, yeah, Titanic, blah blah, sappy chick flick movie, whatever. Fucking, he was in The Departed, and he kicked ass in The Departed. That was a great fucking movie.
I don't remember all what he did before The Departed, but I remember going in there and being like, oh, this movie's gonna be okay, except for Leo, the Titanic dude's in it.
Right.
And you're like, this dude can act.
Oh
yeah. So I don't remember anything he did before that, but was that the kind of movie that really brought him back into?
I don't know. That was the movie that made me respect him. So
yeah.
And then let's see, there was Departed, and then Inception. Inception was,
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard decent things.
Yeah, you haven't seen it? I'm surprised. It's I don't know. It's one of those movies that it's a hair close to, it's almost too close to trying to be too smart.
Gotcha.
Like it's like, I don't know. It's like that uncle that constantly pulls the quarter out of your ear.
And like the first few times it's okay, but then it's
just like yeah, I get it. You're trying to be cool. Like, knock it off now. It's a good movie though. I mean, he did well in it. And then let's see, there was Inception.
Shutter Island. I thought that was pretty decent.
Oh yeah, Shutter Island. That was kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think what else I've really seen, man. I know he looked good in Wolf of Wall Street. I haven't seen it yet, but he looked really good in it.
Oh, that movie's great. It's Scorsese, so I mean, how can you go wrong? It was good. Music's awesome. Oh, the music's so good. I mean, it's Scorsese, so like he always does like, kind of like classic rock hits, Like you look at like Casino and Goodfellas, and I mean, but they picked this song I've never heard before, but he put this song in the movie by this band called Seven Horse, and the song is called Meth Lab Zosa Sticker. And it's
nice.
Awesome. Great fucking song. Highly recommended. Great fucking song. It's like kind of a blues, twangy kind of, but like hard rock. It's like a twangy blues hard rock song. It's really good.
Is it kind of like a Mud Bottoms rock kind of sound?
Yeah, kind of. Name of the band is the number 7 and then horse. So
Hmm.
7 horse.
Check that out.
Good song or a good band. The album's pretty good. I actually listened to the whole album, but that one song, Methlabzosa Sticker, great song.
I don't have a good segue into this, but I know we've talked about fears at some point, and I recently was sent a link from my sister, and I think you saw it already too. But it pops up like it's the caption she sent me. She said this is really interesting, but really freaky in the same sense. And so I'm thinking it's like some kind of PSA or some kind of weird thing. So I pop this thing up, and it's this guy. It's it's outside shot of this house, and it's kind of talking about like the things that are important to you, and it's like it's your family. That's what's important to you.
My
And all of a sudden
family's
it
so
starts,
important to me.
yeah, and it starts zooming in on this like aluminum looking thing with like a round screen on top, and it's like boop boop,
Uh-oh.
and
Uh-oh.
it's basically the starting point of
It's
robots.
robots.
It's a machine called Jibo, and it's basically it doesn't have legs. I think that's the only good thing about it. But it's this big screen. If you want to check it out, it's myjibo.com.
Don't tell
It,
them. That's how it starts.
I'll edit it
You're
out.
perpetuating the apocalypse. What, Jibo? Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it.
But it's a screen that like it takes pictures if you want it to, so you don't have to have anything on you. It like funnels all your calls and everything through it. It can become self aware enough to be able to flip on your lights and connect to your
Oh,
house.
great.
But it's the first thought
And
when I
then
saw
crank
that,
the heat up and lock the doors and kill you.
turn on the gas stove and
Yeah.
forget to flick the switch. Jibo loves you. Um, so speaking kind of that part, I just thought of there was this poem I read a long time ago, and this will fit right in with that.
All right.
So like the poem basically goes through like this house that's like this AI house, and it's kicking on like it's turning on the TV, it's turning on the water, it's like saying, hey, you need to refill the fridge with groceries, you're out of groceries, and it's like going through the normal day, and like it just talks about all the things it does, and at the very end of it, you realize like humanity's like gone, like somehow humanity's like erased themselves from the face of the earth.
Okay.
But this thing is solar powered, so it continues to go on through the day, not realizing that no humans are left.
Oh, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah,
Ew, that's creepy as shit.
yeah. So Jibo's basically the start of that.
Yeah. And then so and you're gonna look at like the Mad Max world and there's gonna be Jeebos like, do you want me to take a picture? There's like
Yeah.
severed heads hanging from the wall. Do you want me to take a picture?
Where did you go?
It's tracking the severed heads. It's doing it's doing
Update,
yeah.
updating to Facebook constantly.
With severed heads.
uh, but I know you're kind of scared of robots becoming self-aware, so
Yeah.
that's kind of the big starting point
You
for
know
that.
why? Because I watched The Terminator. That's what happens. I bet Jibo, I bet if you like configure the letters in the right way and look at it in like the right angle, I bet it says Skynet. That's what it's gonna say.
Maybe. You know that name was floated out there at some point.
I think if they called it Skynet, I guarantee nobody would buy it. Just because
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh God, this is it. This is it.
Well, I'm curious with it because there is no like legs. It doesn't move except for like the top like rotates.
It
Do you think
doesn't
they
need
did
to
that on
move.
purpose?
HAL 9000 in 2001 Space Odyssey didn't move at all, and it didn't need to move to kill Dave. What are you doing, Dave? See, like that, because that Jibo thing, like what if your name was Dave?
Oh, that would be so
Like you
creepy.
walk in, hello, Dave. Would you like me to order some takeout, Dave? Ah, ah.
But what happens if like there's that part where he walks in and he gets a phone call from a girl. What happens if Jibo starts getting feelings for you? And you're like, Sarah hasn't called in a while. And you're like, load messages from Sarah. And Jibo like shakes its head. It's like,
Afraid I can't do that, Dave.
And you like do whatever override and finally shows there's like 300 messages and like the last 10 are like her screaming, being like, Jibo, no, Jibo,
Right? And
no.
then the lights turn off.
Hold me, Dave.
Ah! That creeps me the fuck. Doesn't that not creep you the fuck out?
A little bit.
Jesus fucking Christ. No. I think there's a reason that I think we make things stupid for a reason. We okay, like look at things like cloning, or like we've mapped the human genome, like like look at things like cloning or genetic manipulation, or I mean, fuck in vitro fertilization. Like there's a reason that we don't play God,
Yeah.
because we're really, really bad at it. And so I think to create even an artificial life form and give it some form of sentience, not the best idea. Like, how is that different from creating a human being from another human being? Like, how is making a self aware robot different from cloning another human being?
I don't think it's too much different. I
No,
mean,
it's not.
especially if the big thing is if it can become self-aware and have realization of where it's at and
Exactly.
can kind of it's supposed to be somewhat self-aware. It can kind of like learn your habits, I think, which goes back to that poem thing. I mean, it's going to know when you get home and start mapping things. I think that's the freakier thing when I thought about it.
The fact
This
that
would
it's
be
gonna like be able to track you.
yeah, exactly. It's hooked into it's online. It can take pictures whenever it wants. It can record anything. So I mean, this
Yeah,
if the
just
government
nobody could
really,
hack Jibo,
yeah, no, definitely not.
right? I mean, like they didn't do it with like laptop cameras. Oh
you
wait.
know, mm. But like if the government or anybody really wanted to get like in homes, like what would be the best way? Something like this. It's like, oh, it's so simple and easy. It
Right?
helps with so many things. If I'm making bread, and my hands are all dirty and somebody calls, it'll remind me that somebody's picking me up in half an hour.
Exactly. Exactly. You take your government issued Jibo.
It's like, where's the power switch? There is no power switch.
Oh
It's
shit.
always on. It's
See?
like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can't have renewable fuel in my vehicle, but this thing never needs to be plugged in? But so the camera thing too is kind of interesting. So let's take the government piece out. Let's say it's completely safe and normal. Like you accidentally leave that thing in your room and you start getting freaky with your lady and you're just
Yeah.
seeing Jibo just going all over the place and you just hear ching 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 like Jibo no. Jibo
Is it
no.
is it sad that like when I was first like seeing like when I watched the first little video, like that was my first thought. I was like, oh, you could totally shoot porn with this, like in your room with no one knowing.
What if you got a Jibo that was kind of like very anti-sex? So like you're like, all right, Jibo, we're gonna film some stuff here
Chivo
with me and
just
my
turns
wife.
his head.
It just
You
cries.
sick bastard. Chivo, don't be like that. No. You pervy,
No,
pervy
Dave.
motherfucker.
It doesn't go there, Dave.
or then it starts giving you tips.
Nice move, Dave.
Dave, I've looked up Kama Sutra. Wrong hole, Dave.
Dave, when your neighbor was over here yesterday, she was screaming louder, so from my calculation, she's faking it. God damn you, Dave.
Wait a minute, is that true?
No, it's not true. The neighbor's never been here. The neighbor has been here. Here are pictures. It's showing video of like the
Exactly.
neighbor there, and it's like, oh shit, your husband's home.
Thank God no
No.
one knew. Chibo knew. So yeah, so there you go. You've got no, don't like, do not
So
like.
okay, you want to take this? This is the robot agenda right here. So we've got all that stuff is bad in its own, but with certain softwares, they can start teaching you things. So you know what that means? It's basically going to be teaching the youth the robot way of life.
Yeah, yeah,
Get them while they're young.
right. And then it'll be like Doctor Who with Cybermen. Like Jibo will be like, Cindy, do you know it would be great if you put this in your head? And then what do we got? Cyborg kids.
Yep. Jibo's running for president.
That's what we're gonna have in the post-apocalyptic world. We're gonna have this little fucking robot with no legs, and then a bunch of little cyborg kids running around shooting guns, shooting lasers. They're shooting lasers. You know why they're shooting lasers? Because Jibo told them how to build lasers.
We live in a monkey where we don't spank the robot. The robots spank us.
And man is on the menu.
So I signed us up for one. I got one. You get a buy one get one free.
No!
So you got one.
I really would. That's honestly, I think I would be like, just take it back. I don't want it.
It'd be like a Chucky doll. Like if you saw a Chucky doll come in the mail and you open it up, you're just like, ah!
No, it's like if someone got you for your birthday, if someone like got you time with a clown. That's what it would be. And like not like a nice clown, like an old clown. You know what I mean? Like an old clown or one that has like the freaky kind of like face paint, like the John Wayne Gacy kind of face paint. You know, that's what that birthday present would be. Would be like, hey, here's something. Here's the most terrifying thing you can imagine in the guise of something cute and nice. That's what this would be.
So, since you brought up clowns, this just brought this up because I looked out my one of the fears I have justification for this, is I'm gonna look out my slider doors and see just some dude stand there in a clown mask. You know, that's kind of, or even just a clown.
That's very random. Like just standing outside.
Yeah, looking in.
Like looking through your window.
Yeah, it's random.
Does he wave?
But I don't know. I don't know if he waves or not.
Like I'm imagining him like holding like a bunch of balloons in one hand and then waving with the other hand.
I think it's he's standing there with the balloons, like right when you look in, you make eye contact. Like there's that second where you're like, is that a fucking clown? And then he just raises his hand and waves and puts it down. What would be more freakier, if he kept standing there or just turned around and walked away?
If he kept standing there.
Okay. But so yeah, that's kind of like, that's weird and random. But one day when I was coming home from work, this might have been about a year ago, I pulled in the driveway under some duplexes about 3 or 4 blocks from my house. Decent walking distance.
Okay.
And there was a dude standing outside his house, just standing there in a clown mask. And I did like a triple take. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. What? Peed myself a little bit.
See, now I figured out your birthday present. You buy me a robot, this is what's happening.
Yeah, but if you break the robot, nobody's going to jail.
They might. Jibo might call the police on me.
That's true.
Destruction of property. Destruction of property.
What happened, Jibo? I fell down the stairs. You can tell us, Jibo, what really happened.
No, he loves me.
So Jibo.
See? No on the Jibo. And I think not only am I saying no, but I think we as a nation should rise up and say no. I think this is the line in the sand. And also, like, who would really buy this robot? Like okay, like, let me think about the NSA and the surveillance, the surveillance leaks and everything. And like, don't you think like every rational person in the world would be like, something that can randomly take pictures and is hooked up to the internet. I wonder if I should have this in my bedroom or in my house at all.
Oh, you mean it knows whenever I come home and when I leave, and knows basically everything about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I want one of those. Let's get one for every room.
Exactly. What rational mind would think that this is a good idea? I mean, fuck, look at they just recently had the celebrities had their nude photos leaked.
Yeah.
And that was just somebody that just hacked computers and hacked phones.
Well, and they didn't even really hack them. They just basically like password, I don't remember what they call it, but just try different passwords, guess their secret sentence, and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And you don't think that some hacker could just like access Jibo and then fucking FaceTime your house when you're not home?
Oh, how fucked up would that be? Like,
They
okay.
basically case your place.
So no, like yeah, so like you have some dude that's like a super voyeur. I mean, you think of like the stuff like just stealing it, but like you just have some like sad, lonely dude who like can hack into your Jibo and basically becomes like part of your family without actually being there.
Exactly.
Starts typing in what Jibo should say. Oh, that is fucked up.
Oh, that would be fucked up.
Could you
Oh, that'd
imagine?
be awesome. Because then it'd be like you come home and then it'd be like, I missed you so much. And then it's like, miss you too, Ju?
Missed you too, Jibo.
Dude,
I love that dress on you. Thanks, Jibo.
thank you, Jibo. I got,
Carol,
I got something
Carol,
for you. It's in
it's
the
in the
fridge.
fridge.
Severed head in the fridge.
Carol, Dave didn't love you.
And it's your ex-boyfriend. Your recent ex-boyfriend's head is in the fridge.
uh, that would be fucked
Now
up.
we're together forever and ever and ever.
Oh man. But like, okay, so so privacy is kind of a big thing, and I just think of like all the inopportune moments this thing could catch. So like, you leave it in the bedroom, you come out of the shower, and somehow takes pictures of you naked.
Right.
That's innocent. But like, what happens like if you're home alone? You're like, oh, I'm gonna take care of a little business since I'm home alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You flip on a little TV and start going to town and whatever, and
Boom.
all of a
Those got
sudden,
you in Spanktravision.
yeah, your grandma comes over and you're like, oh, let's look at some of these pictures Jibo's taken of the party of last week, and it's
Oh.
just, oh God, there's so many.
Why are you doing this to the notebook?
Why are you crying
You're-
3 times in one day? 1 hour?
I got have I yeah, I've done three in a day.
No, it's nothing.
That's a day off.
I think I've done it 3 times since we started this show.
Wow.
What? Jibo,
Oh
everybody.
yes, Chibo confirms.
He is a real pervert. I think he needs medical attention.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, don't tell me that somebody couldn't easily just hack the robot and then turn on the fucking camera.
I'm sure they could.
I mean, the NSA was able to hack laptops and turn on the webcam on laptops.
Well, I mean, all it would really take. I mean, so some these were fairly cheap. I mean, considering I think it was like $500 or $600.
Yeah, some
So I mean, that's a cell phone. It's pretty cheap.
yeah,
So I mean, there easily could be a government contract or some spying agency that's funneling this.
and there you go.
And yeah,
And,
it's like, oh, we have the backdoor password to open these up. We can get into your Wi-Fi already and get through your internet, and we're there.
yeah. Speaking of foreign governments, fucking, have you seen the shit going on with Russia? Like to me, Russia just seems like it's playing a game of fucking like to me, like Russia seems like the fucking like the football track star at school that's like dunking Obama's head in the toilet.
Global chess.
Yeah, pretty much. In a way, this the whole like the bullshit that's going on in Ukraine and all this shit like it's 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 reminiscent of the Cold War in a way, but also it's just kind of sad because like Russia's like we're doing this, we're gonna do this, and like we're just kind of like please don't.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Everybody's just kind of like, yeah, stop. You can't do that.
And
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
and
okay.
like and Russia's just like fuck you, you're all talk, and we are.
I know there's a big thing when they invaded Ukraine, that was like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe more. Or
That
has
was
that
like
been a
6 months
year?
ago. It was like six
Yeah.
months ago.
And so then I heard they were starting to invade. Where were they starting to invade now, or pushing into, or is it still
Uh
just Ukraine?
no, they're heading towards Estonia. They're saying they're gonna attack Estonia. See, because the deal was like they went into Ukraine and then Obama was saying, well, it's, if you attack a NATO country, if you do the same thing to a NATO country, then you're going to have us to answer to and blah, blah, blah. Well, Estonia is a NATO country. And so now he's fucking picking
Oof.
on them. Like, he's just basically like, what are you going to do? He's like, it's like that guy that like pokes you in the fucking, like flicks you in your head. And it's like, what are
Yeah.
you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Which is okay when it's two dudes, but when it's like, nations at stake, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. Two nations with nuclear weapons. Finger on the button.
So, were you really old enough when the Cold War was going on, or were you still? Because
I
like,
was the wall came down. I was in fourth grade, so I was
okay,
like 10. I
did it
was
still have that sense of like fear when you were kind of grown up, or were you too young to really
not
realize
really.
it?
I mean, I didn't. I was kind of too young to realize it. I'll tell you what, though, fucking fourth grade social studies was a pain in the ass at that point because then, like before, you'd pull down the map and they were like, okay, so this is Europe, and here's Spain, and here's Portugal, and here's England, and this whole big thing here is Russia.
It's the Soviet
That's the
Union.
Soviet Union. And you're like, okay. And then in fourth grade, they pull down the map and they're like, okay, well, this map isn't really current, but if you look, you have Estonia and Kazakhstan and here's Ukraine and Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan and you're just like, what? I when did all this show up?
So talking about geography, I remember like trying to like they made you try to figure out what other country was, but I do not remember them making us do that with the United States because I was thinking the other day I was looking at just the states on our site because we can see like what states have listened to us, which we've had every state at least listen to one of our podcasts except Alaska and the Dakotas.
The
But I
Dakotas, that's
digress.
random.
Yeah, both Dakotas.
Both Dakotas?
Yeah, North and South. But I was trying to. That was from the Civil War too, wasn't it? Isn't that why they split?
I have no idea. Probably.
I don't think it was. Uh, but there was like a little bitty state, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I don't remember ever trying to like have to identify states in like high school or grade school or anything like that.
Oh, I think I did. I don't remember
Okay.
when, but I think I did. I do know most of the states and their capitals, but the only reason I know that is from there was a show called Animaniacs, and
Oh
they
yeah.
did a song with the 50, Wacko Warner did a song with 50 states and their capitals.
The guy that voiced him, I'm pretty sure it's him. He voiced the original Raphael in the Turtles, and
Really?
he does the Donatello in the new Turtles.
Ah, Wacko Warner.
Yep.
50 states and their capitals. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. Montgomery, Alabama, south of Helena, Montana. Then there's Denver, Colorado, and Boise, Idaho. And then it goes on and on. But then they did that, and then they also did another song where Yakko Warner does The Nations of the World.
Oh wow.
That was really cool. I'm not
Another
doing
cool
that.
fact. Okay, I was gonna say another cool fact about Animaniacs that I didn't realize. I guess it's similar to like Looney Tunes. They actually used full orchestras for their music,
Okay. Okay.
and that's where they make those songs and they do like the full orchestra for it. And I guess they are doing like some shows. I think it's in Denver actually, where they have like a full orchestra that's gonna be playing while they do the voices of whatever
Oh,
that's
that's
gonna be
cool.
playing. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
love
sweet.
that show. I think that show to me kind of was like an example of a cartoon that wasn't trying to dumb down for the sake of an audience. Like, okay, like compare like a show like Animaniacs, which was a cartoon. It was geared towards kids or whatever. But look at that brand of humor and compare that to something like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah,
Like to me, like SpongeBob SquarePants is a cartoon that dumbs it down, and I don't like that. I don't let my kids watch it because I don't like something that tries to appeal to the lowest common denominator.
just goes for a lot more cheap jokes and like
Right. Like I mean, there were like I would watch Animaniacs, and there were jokes that went over my head, but my parents laughed. But because I mean it, and that was fine. Like, why can't the humor be more sophisticated and be a little bit smarter? And maybe not everybody gets it.
Well, I think that was just that kind of time in cartoons because like you look at like Angry Beavers and Rocco's Modern Life, those kind of had like those somewhat more mature jokes, but you could still watch it as a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
But like now you would not. I mean, I think SpongeBob has done that a little bit in some things, but
Have you watched like Cartoon Network? Like, go watch Cartoon Network like in the next time you get a chance, like on a day off or something, and watch the
mm,
cartoons that are on there. Like, I sit down and I try and watch cartoons with my kids. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, and I'm not saying that because like I'm fucking like a fossil. I'm saying like those cartoons make me feel like I'm on some sort of fucking acid trip. Like, it's
I've s-
fucking weird.
this has been more the early 2000s that I think I watched it, but there was a show called um, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was kind of interesting. And
That
then
one was okay. Okay. I was
and then
I
there
was
was the
thinking.
Fairly Godparents. The Fairly Godparents was pretty cool.
Yeah, the ones I was what is it? Uh, Uncle Grandpa is a show to my children. Yeah, yeah,
Uncle Grandpa,
yeah.
where's that take
That's
place?
no idea. It looks like it takes place in fucking in somebody's like coked out head. That's where
Yeah,
like it's like you're just I'm watching this and I'm just like what I what.
that's my Uncle Grandpa, and that's my Aunt Mom and my dad's sister.
Well, I like it's not even like he's part of a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking old. I don't. But like, I watch it and I'm just like, I don't. How is this appealing to fucking anybody?
I don't know what
Fucking
like the
kids
cart.
today with their goddamn hula hoops and their Pac-Man video games.
Rotten the brain. Jibo, Dad's angry again. Quiet, Dave, or
uh-huh.
I'll show the pictures. The pictures
Right?
will get leaked.
Oh God, it could. They would
Oh,
blackmail.
yep, there it is. Goddamn Jibo.
Who would want that in their house? I don't get it.
Yeah, but I don't know what like I don't even know how you get cartoons like greenlit anymore. Like I don't even know how that really works. So it seems like in the early days of Nickelodeon, they weren't so big that they could just be like just throw anything out there. I mean, you had like Angry Beavers. Could you imagine trying to pitch Angry Beavers?
Yeah.
It's
Honestly, I
like
think it would work now when you look at the shit. When you look at what they're pitching now. Like
maybe.
I said, like check out Cartoon Network. Like I'm trying. Like okay, there's Uncle Grandpa. There's another one. Regular show. Steven Universe. Um, hang on. That's those are the only three I can think of. Like I just like watch them once and like I don't it seems fucking weird. It just seems like the writer is on an acid trip. And I mean whatever, if that's the style they're going for it, fine, but I don't know.
But like, what's the big craze for kids right now? Because I know like for a little bit it was like anime kind of superheroes because there's like that Ben 10 thing where he could like transform into like 10
Adventure
different
Time.
monsters.
Adventure Time.
Is that another show?
Yeah. But that one's actually pretty good. That one's actually kind of decent. But I would say okay, like okay, so you got cartoons, but see, this is what I feel. This is where I feel like the generational gap is starting to like. I'm starting to notice it because like okay, I'm looking at cartoons and I see these things that I'm just like what the fuck or and then my kids are playing. I look at like hey, what are you guys playing? Like I'm thinking they're playing like some kick ass game with fucking sweet ass graphics or whatever. Minecraft, which has the same graphical like like I'm looking at the graphics of these games and I'm like I these are the same graphics I had when I was like 8. I'm like,
You know, it's somebody in the game industry. They're like, it's really expensive to make these video games, but we can make something, easier, more simple, and kids will love it, and we'll make a ton more money.
yeah, I guess. I mean, fuck. I mean, you've seen Minecraft, right? It's like
Yeah, I
8-bit
mean,
graphics.
yeah.
And I'm thinking like you have like photorealistic graphical capacity, and this is what you're going with. And I'm not knocking it. I mean, if that's what they're doing, then I mean, whatever. It just strikes me as so odd that given all the technology they have, they hearken to 8-bit graphics. It just seems weird to me. Interesting, I
I,
guess.
well, I know they always, because I mean, like those Facebook games were huge, and I think and really this is probably what it is. I don't know about Minecraft if it's like this, because I think Minecraft's actually pretty intense. Like, takes a lot of
It
time.
does because you gotta like you like build shit and make tables and furniture, and you build like houses, and and I mean it's basically like it's truly a sandbox where you can build and stuff and everything else. Which I like I
But
said, I mean that's great. It's cool. It's cool that they get to like kind of like explore and kind of interact. I mean, it's to me, it's I guess it's akin to when we were outside playing with GI Joes,
oh yeah, kind of. I mean, I've
like a
seen some
couple
people.
hours ago when we were outside playing GI Joes.
Pew pew pew
I love your bass.
pew. What's cool? I've seen some people build like Game of Thrones, like they build the whole Westeros world, or they build like the bat caves and things like that.
Yeah,
So it seems like you can be pretty artistic with it.
yeah,
But it seems, I mean, a lot of the games I see, and I don't know if this is just me now, but at my age, but like Facebook games were big, and like a lot of the games you see on the phone are things you can pick up for like 5-10 minutes and put down and do something else, because it's just like attention spans are just so short that it's difficult to sit for 2 hours a night to play a game. You just want like some quick satisfaction and then go off to the new thing.
right, right. Yeah, see, that's kind of my thing too. Is I kind of opt for things that I can, and I don't know if it's just my attention span is now shit or whatever, but like I opt for something like I can, sit and play for like 20 minutes and then get up and walk away.
Well, I wonder. And maybe this is just an epiphany I had, but maybe it's not just a short attention span, but it's probably more that there's just so much stuff you can do now that you want to try and space that out, because like you can play cool game, and it's like, well, I want to watch these cool shows, and it's like, well, then I want to read this cool book, and then I want to mess around on the internet and do this. And to get all that stuff done in one night, I mean, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's probably why you want those things. You can kind of bounce between them real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. So basically we're all just suffering from lack of commitment. Because I'll tell you what, the other day, like I had nothing, I mean, it was a pretty light day. I didn't have much going on. So I actually sat and reread the first Harry Potter book, and I read it in one day, cover to cover.
Nice.
And I was like, And I got done, and I mean, it's a decent book, and it was kind of nice to actually start something and finish it in one day.
I would probably say there's nothing better than finishing a whole book. Like once
Yeah,
you get to that last page and finish it and close it, it's just like there's a really good
it
accomplishment
is.
for
There
that.
is a sense of accomplishment.
My goal for this year was to read 12 books. I think I'm at 9 or 10 right now,
Fiction
but
or
I stopped.
nonfiction?
Just anything,
Okay.
just 10 books.
Okay.
I got through I think eight or nine, and I'm halfway through another one, but I kind of stopped to do other things. But it's and you always feel snooty too, like when you say like, "Oh, I'm trying to read 12 books or a book a month or whatever," and you get reactions from people who are like, "Why? Just wait for the movie. Just wait
Uh,
for the TV
oh
show."
God, what kind of people do you talk to? Because that sounds terrible. Oh, that sounds so vapid.
Well, you just sound I mean, you try not to sound snooty about it, but it's like Game of Thrones, and it's like people are like, "Oh, I love that show." It's like, "Oh, I love that show too." It's like, "Have you read the books?" And it's kind of like, "No." Like, "Oh, well, I mean,
Well,
I've read
okay,
the
I
books."
will say when it comes to something like Game of Thrones, I think you run the danger of being like the book nerd, and being like, in the books they have Lady Stoneheart, and Lady Stoneheart is not in the show, and I just think that's terrible.
I'm gonna say I do think that's kind of terrible, just because, and not just because it's like it's in the book,
You elitist bastard!
but when there's been very few moments in books where I like my jaw drops and I'm like, oh.
Right.
But when they talked about that part and she doesn't have like a huge piece in the book up to what's been written so far, so I can see why they'd leave her out.
Yeah.
But like, I hope she still makes some kind of like presence in the show, because it's just kind of like, what?
See, as far as I know, I don't think she's actually going to be in the show at all.
That's what I've heard.
And this season, they're also staying away from Hodor and Bran.
Hodor.
Yep.
Well,
they're not touching on that at all. Like he basically has the year off.
Like, from what I've heard, I haven't seen the new season yet, but where they ended with him, there's not much story out there right now.
That's what I heard. Yeah, there isn't. They're at a story with that, and I think I'll tell you the story I'm fucking hooked with. Like I think they should. I want a spinoff show. I want a spinoff show on Arya. Like that's what I want. I want the Arya show. Like you could do a whole show on just that.
In the book coming up,
there's
some really, really interesting storylines. There actually is pretty cool storylines. Because where's she at in the show right now? Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Okay, at the end of this season, she is on a ship. You said you haven't seen the last season. Do you want to know this?
I've read the book, so the
books have
that's pretty close.
That's right. I forgot. This fuck.
Did I tell you that I've read the book? I've read all the books. I've read them all.
I feel like I'm imagining you. I'm imagining you miming, pushing up glasses right now.
Is it sad that I was?
At the end of this season, she was on a boat headed for Bravos.
Okay. So did she show the coin or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
She showed the coin to get on the boat.
Yeah, there's some awesome stories with her there. Because there's 2 books left from where they're at, basically. And those 2 books were supposed to be one book, but they were so freaking massive that he had to split them into 2. And the one book basically just focuses on Westeros, and the other book focuses on across the sea, all the stuff going on there.
Everybody knocks George for fucking, not getting the next book done, and like everybody wants him to hurry up and finish the next book and blah 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 blah. I'm like, that dude fucking, I mean, yes, he wrote these books, and yes, he's, before the show came out, he was a successful author, and he got to go and do speaking events and got to he got to go to speaking events and went to the cons and stuff like that, and that's all, and that's great, like, and he had some money, and he had a level of success, but like it's nowhere near what the level of fame and notoriety and fortune that he has now.
Oh yeah,
nowhere near. Yeah. So like then the dude's fucking like 80 something, like fucking let him have a moment in the sun. Like you see him like people are like, why hasn't he finished the books yet? I'm like, well, look, you see him like at the Emmys, and you see him, like at all these parties and shit like that. Like, let him fucking live it up.
When he said himself he's a slow writer, and I much rather, I don't want him to go in there and be like, oh fuck, I gotta finish these, and just kind of throw it half-assed, right? Because that's something that annoys the shit out of me, is when you have like this great build-up and then the ending's just kind of like shit together.
Yeah.
But he knows what he wants to do, I'm pretty sure. Like, he has the whole idea in his head of what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's in his head. He doesn't write. He doesn't actually, like, he doesn't pre-write or outline or doesn't do any of that. He said, he was like, that's not really my style. I don't have like an outline, or, I mean, he's like, I have what I want to do up here, up in my head, but.
And why, and also, why would you hurry up to get those out? Because if you could build this, like, if you could build the last book coming out during the very final season, like, how many books is that going to sell?
Right.
You can do that a year before. I mean, it's just a good marketing standpoint, too.
Yeah.
And you don't want to oversaturate everybody with them either.
And like I said, like, he's fucking 80. Like, he's probably, like, thinking, like, I've got millions of dollars in the bank now. I've got, I'm getting, asked to do all these like speaking tours and go to these festivals and all this stuff, and I get to go to the Emmys and like who like if I was an author, hell yeah, I'd probably be like, I'll write tomorrow.
Oh
Go
yeah.
to the Emmys or I'll write tomorrow. I'll sit and
Well, think about this too. So he goes on set a lot, and it's like you've built your entire life on this. Like you've spent over 20 years building these stories, and now these things are coming to life. And it's like people are basically saying, "No, don't go see that stuff that you've built in your head and go see it live. Stay home in New Mexico and write."
right.
Because
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, "No, I want to see this because this is basically my creation. I want to see it live. I want to be there and embrace and experience all these amazing things that." I don't know if he's ever dreamed that he'd ever get to do this, but he's able to now, so he should.
Exactly. Like let him fucking live. He fucking earned it.
I
I mean, it's like I
definitely.
said, I mean, of course he had a degree of success, over the last years because I mean, yeah, I mean the books were successful books prior to the show. I mean,
Yeah, I think they're all
yeah,
bestsellers, weren't they?
they were all best-selling books. I mean, he wrote a best-selling series of books and he had a level of, I mean, he was a successful author, which is great. But now he has one of the most popular television shows of the last 5 years.
Would you say? Well, I'd go longer. Would you say 10 years, or do you think that's overzealous?
Um, yeah, maybe 10. I don't know. Let's see. What's been on and the only shows honestly that pop in my head over the last 10 years, I would say would be Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Sherlock, Doctor Who, American Horror Story.
Well, like when you're
Um,
thinking like cultural phenomenon,
yeah,
like
I
Lost. Lost was kind of like that. Like
Lost.
it seemed like everybody watched
Yeah, I would
Lost.
say Lost. I would go with Lost. Sopranos.
Sopranos, yeah.
Um,
Walking Dead is obviously up there.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I'd say like one of the 10 most popular shows of the last 10 years. I'd go that far.
What I respect about him too, I think we've probably talked about this before, but so he had those best-selling novels, and he had people coming up asking him for to take his books and create movies out of them.
Right, right.
And I believe like some of the people is like, we just want to tell the Jon Snow story. We don't want to, basically tell you the other stories. And showed him a shit ton of money. He's like, well, I've already got a decent amount of money from just selling the books. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you these, and I'm going to do what I want with them.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the right opportunity to have it be what I want it to be,
yeah.
and I can respect that. I think that's really
Oh,
awesome
totally.
because
Totally.
I think he's even said it. He says like, I hate it whenever you hear authors sell the rights to their books and then bitch and complain when what gets put on the screen isn't what they wanted it to be. It's like you sold your rights for creativity on that. That's on you.
Yeah, yeah. And that's true. Um, who was it? I actually was listening to a podcast not that long ago with Denny O'Neil, who was one of the editors of the Batman comic through the 80s, like when Batman like really hit his Dark Knight Detective kind of prime.
Hmm.
Uh, he was the editor for The Killing Joke that Frank Miller wrote, and I mean like all those great Batman stories of the 80s, like he was kind of there for. And he was talking about who should get credit for Batman, and they said that Bob Kane. I mean you see the credits in like movies and stuff, and he says created by Bob Kane, but there's another guy, Bill Finger, I guess that and Denny O'Neil said he was like, I mean Bob kind of had the a lot of the I mean Bob put some work into it, but Bill Finger was kind of really the one that did most of the work on the creation of the Batman as we know him today. But it just I don't know. I find it interesting to see what I mean, like you were saying about an author's creation, like how just through the legality of the world, how it can get moved around and manipulated, and like you probably have never heard the name Bill Finger until I just said it.
I mean, I've heard him through a couple podcasts recently, but I mean that's been in the last year. But I think there's either a guy who's like trying to put together a documentary about him, or he's just trying to get something put
Probably trying
together.
to get him like credit for.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like when you see like credits for like Spider-Man, it's usually Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. But I mean, every interview I've ever seen with Stan Lee, he always credits Steve Ditko. Like, he's always like, he never like I created this or I created that. He always says, well, we did this and we did that, and and when we created these characters, like he's a very considering the credit he probably could take, he always defers.
Well, it's got to be easy in his position because he's the face of all of that. So I mean, like he was in, I think, like he cameoed in Fantastic Four or Guardians of the Galaxy. He cameoed in something that he didn't have anything to do with, and it seems like he's the guy that'd be like, "Yeah, I didn't have anything to do with
Captain
it. It was this
America.
person that created it." Okay, Captain America, yeah.
Captain America. He cameoed in Captain America, but uh I'm trying to think. I can't think of the names off the top of my head. The guys that made two guys that made Captain America. It was Joe Siegel, and I can't think of the other one out right now. But yeah, Stan really didn't have anything to do with Captain America. I mean, he actually, by the time he got to like Captain America, had already like had issues out and was kind of on a bit of a run before Stan even came on the scene. So
But I think that's a good sign of just a person in general, especially like a leader who's okay with not taking credit that's not deserved or
right,
easily, passing out what was, what other people have done.
yeah, but it kind of goes back to what you said about how someone's creation can be turned and twisted and maybe not the original intended version of what the author or creator or whatever envisioned. And I don't know, it's interesting, and it's kind of sad to see characters that are kind of turned and twisted away from people, the people that made them.
It's one of those things like you look at a guy like Bill Finger, who probably didn't see any money for the Batman Empire
No,
and doesn't get any credit. So he's
no,
like screwed both ways.
yeah,
But you at least be like, well, if I don't get credit for it, but at least got the money, at least you have somewhere to cry at night. It's like, oh, I've got all these $100,000 bills I can cry into. It
right,
helps a little bit,
a little bit,
But if you don't have any of that, it's like I created Batman. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude.
exactly, exactly.
It's kind of like I mean, the guy who was on the first 12 issues of The Walking Dead. I think it was first 12. He penned a lot of those and kind of started it. I don't know if he had much to do with the story, but he's the guy at Collins. He's like, yeah, I did the first 12 Walking Dead. Do you want me to sign something? And it's just
Robert Kirkman.
no, it wasn't Kirkman. It was the artist.
Oh, I gotcha.
Kirkman's been there for the full run.
Yeah,
The artist there now, Charlie Adlard's been there. I can't remember if it was ninth or 12th issue on, but I think him and the original guy had a falling out.
that's so sad. I had a friend of mine that went to a con, and there was, they had all these tables with all these people, signing stuff or whatever. And there was a guy at one table, and he didn't have nobody wanted his autograph. And I thought that was so sad because it was Ray Parks. Because at the time, Ray Parks is the person who played Snake Eyes.
Okay.
And this is when the GI Joe movies. I mean, I've knocked the GI Joe movies. I mean, this is when the GI Joe movies were getting a lot of heat for being bullshit movies, and so they were kind of. I guess they were. I guess in some weird way they were taking it out on Ray Park by not
Oh.
by not asking for his autograph.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, he had nothing to do with, number one, he had nothing to do with the movie. Like, I mean, he was in it, sure, but I mean, like, he was Snake Eyes and he did cool shit in the movie. But also, like, he was Toad in the X-Men.
Yeah,
And he was fucking Darth Maul. Like, he was the Jedi, he was the Sith Lord that made you be like, holy shit, that's a fucking badass. He was fucking a badass in, like, say what you will about the Phantom Menace, uh, Jar Jar Binks, totally agree, whatever. But when those doors opened and you see Darth Maul standing there,
badass.
awesome.
Double-sided lightsabers.
Oh yeah. Like you see, there's like 20 people, and they're running through that fighter hangar. There's like 20 people, and they're jogging through, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go, blah blah blah." And the doors open, and it's one guy, Darth Maul. One guy. All 20 of these people fucking stop dead in their tracks. Like even like they like put the brakes on and like put their hands up, like, and they stop, and they're like, "Oh shit." And then the Jedi are like, "Oh, we got this." And then Padme's like, "We'll take the long way." Yeah, one guy. Apparently 20 people can't fucking take this one dude out. And this guy is sitting at a comic book convention, a fucking comic book convention, being ostracized.
What did you see to what he was charging to autographs and everything though?
No idea.
Okay. I know sometimes you see guys like that, or not that guy, but you see some people that charge ridiculous money.
Oh yeah. And yeah. And I mean, I get it. Like I get, I mean, if you're one man, I mean, signing 1,500 copies of your name is a pain in the ass. I get it, but it's your fucking name, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I kind of understand a little bit, and since I've been listening to some people talk about it more, like it makes more sense, I guess. But it's like one, he's not going to be there unless he's getting paid, which is like okay, that makes sense.
okay,
But the other thing is like so if they charge like $60, like there's a minimum that the place sets that they have to charge. So it's like the minimum you can charge is $40, but they only get like 25 to 30% of that because 10 of it goes to the booker and like the rest of the money goes somewhere else, and so they don't see that whole check.
okay,
So I mean, like it's like I'm not spending $60 for this person's autograph. It's like, well, you're not really. You're spending 20 on it, and 40 is going to other people.
right. Everybody wants their piece.
Yeah,
See, now that's sad. Why are you depressing me right now?
I'm sorry.
You're talking to me about fucking self-aware robots, and you're talking to me about, and we got, and Russia's on the brink of nuclear annihilation, and all that's gonna be left is Jibo with my fucking nude photos.
Do you want me to play you a song, Dave?
Ugh.
Well, hey, let's lighten it up. So we're a podcast, but now we are a.
Award-winning podcast. What?
So a gentleman over at Sounds Like an Earful, he has his own podcast, Sounds Like an Earful, and he wanted to build kind of like a community awards. I think he's going to try and do them bi-weekly. And he's just got like, I think there's like 7 or 8 different badges that he's giving out every couple weeks just to kind of build the community. It's kind of nice for like indie podcasts and like unknown podcasts like us. Because like you look at like award shows like Stitcher and things like that, it's just your big name ones that are going to be in there.
It is.
And it's hard to
And
get
we're not
kind of
knocking them. We love them.
Yeah, they're great,
Please don't
but
smash us.
we don't have that presence to really do anything with that.
We're not important people.
So he created these awards. So if anybody has any podcasts they like, or you want to nominate anything from this podcast, just go to soundslikeanearful.com/community/nods. It's real simple to put in your nominees there. You just have to put in your name, just first name or a tag name, and you can pick one of the different ones. And the award that we won is the New Kid on the Block Award.
Oh, that was New Kids on the Block. Don't judge me.
They're not going to take our award away, are they?
Whatever. I don't know which one I'd be. Donnie. I'm Donnie. I don't know which one that is.
Who's your favorite new kid?
Favorite
Call me Donnie.
Call me Donnie. Call me Joey.
But that's just for the newest podcast under 20 episodes, or the best podcast in the last couple weeks under 20 episodes. So, I mean, if you listen to any podcasts that aren't big or kind of newer, go to that site and just give him kind of some love. Whatever he nominates and whoever gets picked to win, he notifies them via Twitter, or email, or Facebook. But yeah, check it out. It just sounds like an earful.com/community/nods.
I thought about leading the show off with it, but it's
I figured saving it was good.
yeah. Also, if it's easier, you can just go to our Facebook page and you can just scroll down and you'll find the link. The link's up there.
And it's currently on our website too. If you click on the picture, it'll take you to that site as well. So a couple avenues to get to.
I mean, not that we're tooting our own horn, but toot 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 toot
Toot,
toot.
toot, 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 toot. So something else I thought kind of end up on this. So in our second episode ever, we talked about zombie bears. And I've already tweeted a picture out of this, but
So cute.
so we kind of got the inspiration for the show from like Kevin Smith and other podcasters, and
We've mentioned that
Smith's-
before.
yeah, Kevin Smith's been real big on his Tusk movie, which is coming out next week, and so he was just talking randomly, and I was listening to it, and he said something about, it's like just try it, just do it, see how far you can take it, and it flipped the switch about like our zombie bear idea, and I was like, why don't I just try to do that? And so for the last couple months, I've been working on that, and I finished up the script, and I got it printed out at Staples today. And not gonna lie, when I went up and picked it up, it was pretty cool. It was cool to have this bound, thing that I've done.
Right, in a box with your name on it
Yep.
and pages.
Flip through the pages, and I was quick to
I
show
have.
Tiffany.
I will say I have. Let's see. I got an early draft about a month ago, maybe
month and a half
maybe a
ago,
little
yeah,
longer. I read it. I read through it. Oh, I read part of it in the first couple weeks, and then I was busy. I had moving and shit to going on. But I finished it like right before I left. I finished it, and it's if you listen to the podcast and you hear us, us talking about, what would the Bears look like? What would what would they do? It not only, I will say, it not only plays out perfectly like the idea that or the discussion we had, but it also expands in ways that totally make sense, and it's really good. And this is actually the first time he's probably heard me compliment him on it, so he's probably crying a little right now. So now I'm just talking just to kind of fill the void.
It's just allergies. It's just allergies.
Just trying to fill the little void.
I missed what you just said a couple minutes ago. Can you repeat what you said?
Maybe in private.
No, thanks. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I don't think anything's going to come of it. Maybe, but if it's just clutter on my desk, at least it's something I can look at and be like,
it's something.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly. It's your thing.
And I'm gonna keep messing with them and see what happens. So.
All right. When you have kids, then they're like, "Daddy, what's this?" And you're like, "That was my dream." Put it away. Get me another drink. Little bastard. Little drink killing bastard.
Kids, take me away from your father. All
right.
Was there anything?
You drink too much.
Well, J-Bo's a lying whore.
Like your mother.
The neighbor will be here in 25. Fuck you, J-Bo.
Oh, shit.
All right. Was there anything else you want to add?
Don't buy Jibo. I don't need to tell you this, but if there's a plea that I can make to you, the people of Earth, do not buy this robot. You will be the doom of us all. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's take a little care of a little housekeeping.
Oh,
I was hoping you'd play the housekeeping.
well, I was trying to not make it like a thing. It seemed like I've been doing it for the last while, and I was trying to, not make it a running joke, because some people don't like running jokes.
Yeah, just drop it in every now and then.
Right? Yeah, you pepper it. You pepper it in.
All right. Well, if you want to follow us, we're at Language of Bro. You can reach us at email via languageofbromance@gmail.com. Visit our site at languageofbromance.com. You can like us on Facebook, and there's another nice place you can like us and add us to your playlist, which is
Stitcher Radio. Stitcher Radio. There you go.
that's
We
good.
should do jingles.
And then you can also follow us on iTunes. Give us a review on anyone if you like us, and let us know what you think.
Or if you hate us and you wish that the self-aware robots would shoot us. Just we're so lonely. We just want to talk.
Chibo's here to listen.
Ah, ah, ah.
All right. All right. Well, that's all the bromance we have for this show. I'm Sean.
And Richard.
Chibo and I say we eat the beaver.
Oh God, this is how it happens. It's starting. Every hills. Run.